Mr. Obsolete here. Today we're going to be making fire starters since most homesteaders use wood to heat. So what we have is common household lint from the dryer, candles from the junk stores, and we'll be using for a heat source our mid-50s Coleman stove, which I picked up at a swap meet. Right here. I picked up a 1951 Coleman lantern, a real nice old piece and stuff, and I was walking away, the guy says, "Here, you can have this old stove." So there it is. It's rusty and crusty, but works good. I can give you a few tips on using these old Coleman stoves. They have a valve here that you put up to light it, gives it a richer mixture to start. There's a hand pump here with a knob. You open it up and there's a hole in the end. You put your thumb over it and pump it up, which I've done. And then you just open the valve. Voila, you get heat. It takes about a minute to heat up. One other thing on these stoves, that the seal on this pump is made out of leather. And there's a hole right here. And you need to put oil on it occasionally to keep it supple so it'll pump up well. And we'll be back here just as soon as the stove heats up and we start melting the wax. Well, we're back. The wax is pretty well melted and stuff. So we'll get ready to put these together. You use these, don't use the foam ones, so use a paper one. The third ingredient is sawdust. Fill these up. Done there. Safety first. Also, once the wax is melted, you can turn the stove way down. If it starts to sound like it's boiling, you want to turn the heat off or take it off the heat because it can spill out on you. Gently pour that on and let it soak in. It'll bubble up a little bit. Function there. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and pour these. The reason that we use this system for starting fires is we can reuse stuff that normally just be thrown away, and it also burns really hot and clean with no residue. If you're using newspaper and stuff like that, you always have a lot of ash. So this works much better. You can also use paraffin wax if you have some and find it cheap. It works just as well. It's basically what candles are made out of. Set these aside and let them cure up. The nice thing about the sawdust is it allows the wax to go clear down to the bottom, and when it burns completely through. last component will be the lint. A piece about that big. Get a good hold of it. I'm going to dip it into the wax, but not completely. You want to leave just a little bit on the top. With no wax in it, it makes it much easier to start. So just put that on there like that. We'll continue on, and when we're through I'll come back and I'll show you one, and I'll cut one apart and show you what they look like inside. And there we have a dozen fire starters. Nice thing about these, they burn so clean and hot, you almost never need more than one if you have dry kindling. Well, we're back and we'll show you, cut one apart and show you what it looks like inside. As usual, nothing but vintage around here. You can see the wax penetrates all the way to the bottom there. So that burns really good. So what we do when we have them like this, we break them apart. Put them in a can close to the stove so that we can use them as needed. The other thing these are really good for is camping. They're lightweight, they don't take up any room. And work a lot better than most fire starters you can buy commercially. And there we go. So remember to work smart and you'll be safe, and we'll see you on the next video.